Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. It's winter, so I am in Arizona. I'm going to be in a collaboration with 3 different channels, plus a whole bunch of other channels. But 3 channels that started this. And it's, in fact, they sent a brochure. How fun is that? Now, the official name is Survival Seeds Collaboration 2024. And the 3 channels, I'll put them up right along here. The Vineyard Chicks Homestead. Now, you know that I've been following the Vineyard Chicks from their beginning, and they are 3 lovely young girls. Bushcraft Family, and of course, Lazy Days with Jesse and Lisa. So it's very exciting. So what they did, they asked different channels to participate. And I must say, at the end, when it's over, there are prizes to be won. I think there's prizes to be won in the middle too. So they sent everybody 6 packages of seeds. Now you guys know I go back to Wyoming, actually in around a month and about 5 weeks. But there is one of these that I need to start early, and that is onions, Walla Wallas. Now if you haven't had Walla Walla onions, they're sweet, they're very large, like softball size, but onions take a long time to grow by seed. And so I can at least show you these before I get back to Wyoming. The rest of them, because we have peppers, I'll start those when I get back. Butternut squash, I'll start those. Beets, Detroit Reds. I have planted Detroit Reds many, many years. I'll plant those right in the ground. Though you can pre-start beets also. Tomatoes, of course I'll start those. And kidney beans. Those I'll start right in the ground. I'm very excited about this. It's the nice thing about their little brochure, they actually tell you about each vegetable that all of us are growing. And it'll be really interesting to see how they grow in different parts of the country, different weather conditions, different soils, different gardeners. But today, I'm going to show you how I start onions. And this is my introduction video to, let's close that back up, Survival Seeds Collaboration 2024. I was so excited when the Vineyard Chicks asked me if I would do it. And how do you start onions? And there are some tricks while they're growing before you put them in the garden to do. And I'm going to talk about those. So this is my seed starting mix. And this is by Back to Roots. And it's a 3-in-1 starting seed. Now usually I just do my onions in some trays. But this year I'm going to try out these. I'll give you an honest review on what I think about them. But they're pop-out and reusable. So let's take them out of the package. Now honestly, they are a little spendy. I think this package cost me $7, $8. But I wanted to try them. So this is where the extra water, the reserve, will stay. The soil is going to go into these. But the nice thing about these is, see how flexible this is? That's so you can push that out and take the soil and the plants, not harming the roots. And they're reusable. It doesn't have a cover on top. So seed starting wise, that can be a plus or a minus. One of the things that this seed tray comes with is a growing guide. So it'll tell you like 10 to 12 weeks before your last frost what to do. 8 to 10 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. So that is a nice little thing. And so you can see my tomatoes, actually my peppers, I have enough time before I have to plant them outside, so I can start them when I get back. Now, I like to save every tin can that we use, which is not very many. But I had some pineapple in there, so of course I saved that. And we are just going to fill these trays up. You might find that when you buy potting mix anymore, there's a lot of wood pieces in there. And I can see a few pieces in here, but not bad. But you may want to sieve it if it has too much wood pieces. That's hard on the seedlings when they're very first starting. So I'm just going to spread that out. I'm going to compact it just a little bit, but not too much. So I'm just tapping it on the ground or on the table. So then I'm ready to sow my seeds. Now, because it has a tray underneath, that is where I'm going to put my water. I want it to soak upwardly. Not that you can't water over top. You can. And in fact, I'll show you both ways. I'll put some on the bottom and some on the top. I filled it about 1/3 of the way full. And you can see that there are holes in here. And so the water will soak up. So I'm just going to set that in, and it'll start to soak up while I'm doing the onions. Now, how many seeds do I have in here? So I've got them all dumped out. And when I'm looking at it, I have about 20 seeds in here. I like my onions close together. So I'm actually going to put just 5 in each one of these because I want them to grow tight. Usually when I do a tray about 4 by 6, I'll have 100 seeds in there. Because I'm only going to use 4 of these out of the 8, I'm actually going to plant some leaf lettuce. I will have enough time for it to sprout up. I can transfer it out into the garden, and I'll still be able to harvest because leaf lettuce is so fast, and the days are really warm, and the nights are warm here. And so this half, I'm going to put these. This half, I'm going to put the onions. About 5 in each one. So what I'm going to do is just start sprinkling those in there. Well, one of the tricks with onions is that when they get about 6 inches to 8 inches tall, so when they're about this tall, I'm going to cut them in half. I want it to really get a lot of root growth so that when I go to plant them out, because this will make me 20 onions, if it germinates 100%, of course. But I want it to be able to really get a good start with roots. And then what I do is I literally put them in a little pot of water and tease those roots out. It makes it so you don't break as many roots. So I'm going to press those down, and then I'm going to top them with some soil. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the leaf lettuce, just because I have that space. And this is a mixture. So I'm just going to sprinkle some. Way more lettuce than I'll ever need. But I don't want to waste that. So I'm going to press that down, and we are going to sprinkle some soil on top. Onions take over 100 days to mature. So Walla Wallas take about 110 to 125, all depending on your weather, how much sun it gets, the watering that you do. There's a lot of factors. See how I'm just crumbling that on there? Anything big I'm just going to leave out because I don't want the little seedlings to have any trouble whatsoever getting through. Now remember, I put water underneath, so it is already soaking up in there. I'm just going to make sure all of my seeds are covered, and then I'm just going to gently press it down. Good contact with the soil. Walla Wallas are globe, they're round. The ones that I've grown before are about the size of softballs. So it's a very fabulous onion. But they're short keepers, unlike some of the other onions I grow. So I always use the Walla Wallas first because I know that they won't keep as well. They won't store as well. So that's why there's always nice to have a variety of onions that you're growing. Usually you space them 4 to 6 inches apart. You know, if you're imagining that Walla Walla is going to get that big, it needs some space. And one of the things about onions, garlics, any alliums, they have a hard time competing with weeds, so you really have to be diligent. Okay, so let's water a little bit on top. So I'm going to put some water on top. I don't want the seeds to move around. So it's easy to make a water bottle, put a few slits in the top, and you can just spray that. Knowing that you don't want to go too deep because you have water in the bottom that's going to soak up. See how easy that is? You're not getting a ton of water, but it's starting that process of soaking in, making the seeds sit where they're supposed to be sitting. Another thing you could use is just a squirt bottle and just spray that in. In about an hour or so, I'll check to see how much water has moved up. And if there looks like I need a little bit more, I'll add some more. Now, as I said before, this tray, one of the drawbacks is it doesn't have a lid. So what am I going to do to make it a greenhouse? So I just used some little, oh, they're just craft sticks. Got them on clearance for $1. And so each cell has what it is. Walla Wallas or WW, lettuce, mixed lettuce, just so I know what it is. And then I'm going to put saran wrap over the top of all of it. So here's my little greenhouse. And I'll put that under some lights. So the light, the grow light, is shining onto it. It'll take a little while for the seedlings, the seeds to sprout, but I'll just keep you posted. I hope you enjoyed my introduction video to be in the collaboration of Survival Seeds Collaboration 2024. Thanks to all the channels that invited us, Vineyard Chicks especially. Thank you very much. And you will see videos through the summer with when I start all the other ones when I get back into Wyoming, planting them in the ground, how I'm weeding, watering, how I'm going to make these 6 small seed packets really be a benefit to our family. This is Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Have a fabulous day. Enjoy your life, enjoy the sunshine, and enjoy your garden.